Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Thursday, my friends. Feeling good today. I'm back at it, man. Feeling good. I'm in the groove. Let's keep it going. Come on. Let's keep the streaks alive. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Recovery's not that good today. My sleep was good, though. Focus. Nope, not going to focus. 83% sleep score. Recovery not great. Why is my recovery not good? Hasn't been good last few days. Resting heart rate slightly higher. Respiratory rate slightly higher. I feel like I feel a little bit under the weather today. What did I trade yesterday? I will go over that. Margin, I got you. We'll go over it. I'm actually just going to pull up my P&L live on the stream today. My paper trading account. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome. Darth, Margin, Ghost, Alex, Jorge, Johan, NVDA. Morning, guys. Chef, good morning. B, Vinny, Dino. Welcome back, guys. Miami walking and driving tours. What's up, brother? All right. So, press that like button as you come in. Quote of the day. Come on, quote of the day. Get in focus. There it is. One bad habit often spoils a dozen good ones. Wait, no way. That's Fern? Miami walking and driving tours is Fern? No, it's not. Is it? Looking at the Discord, waiting for an answer. My bad habit today is not moving post my earnings as usual. Merch. Oh, it is. Holy shit. What's up, Fern? What's up, brother? How we get merch? On the WAP, if you go down to, you can join the free WAP down below. And within that WAP, there's a merch store. Oh, that reminds me. I got to send out a hat link to someone in the group. Yeah, that's a good reminder. Let me I'll just remind myself of that. We'll give away some merch tomorrow again. So every Friday we're gonna give away some merch. Maybe we'll up the stakes tomorrow. Maybe we'll give away a hat and a shirt. But yeah, the merch stores in the WAP below. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some updates on that. I want to try to get the prices lower, so I can try to just do more things. Right now they're just so expensive, so I'm gonna try to work on that a little bit. I just haven't had time, and so hopefully I can get that done soon. But anyways, with that said, today is Thursday. We had NVIDIA earnings yesterday. It went down, it went up, it basically went nowhere. Really nothing, a really non-event in my opinion. I think the numbers were pretty good. Data center was a little concerning, I think, for some, but a lot of upgrades this morning. And it's basically right back to where it started. AMD right back to where it ended the day. Broadcom is actually one of my top watches today, over 300. So I actually like this semiconductor potential comeback here. After the market held big demands, the SPY moved through new all-time highs this morning after the drop last night. So I mean, things just sort of getting bought up again. This is one of those resilient markets where the bottoms just keep getting bought. The downside just keeps getting bid back higher. And so I'm going to look to see if that follows again today. Key levels have been everything this week. Once again, in the overnight session, 64.60 on the S&P 500. One of our key levels held like a monster, even post NVIDIA earnings. So once again, the levels are just showing you the way every day. It's all about, can you get out of your thick head and stop trying to just make things up and just trade the levels that are visibly on the chart. That's what it's all about. Can you remove your emotion and just trade systematically off key levels? That's all, right? But, right, the last puzzle piece for a lot of people is battling themselves. It's really it, right? Battling themselves. So that's it. Thursday, let's get started. If you guys could, press that like button. We do have GDP data today at 8:30, so maybe that changes some things up. Here we go. Let's get started. Oh, fantasy draft today, too. Forgot about that. All right. So, sliding over to, and I got a haircut. On top of everything, I got a haircut. Makes me feel even better. Sliding over to the charts. Let's go ahead and get started here. So, move that over. There we go. All right. Let's do it. So, first things first, economic data. Do I really even care to pull that up? I guess so. I mean, it's just GDP here. So, today, you guys can see GDP, unemployment claims, 8:30. Obviously, this could definitely move the market a little bit, so let's be aware of that. That will be very important. Pending home sales, 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, PCE price index and consumer sentiment. I'll tell you guys one thing. Tomorrow is going to be an extremely short day for me. We've had an awesome week. I hope to have a great day today. And I'm out of here, man. I'm going to Miami for the weekend. Get a little relaxation, get a little sun, sit outside a little bit. Haven't felt like haven't even seen the outside all week, so I'm very excited for that. So tomorrow is a one and done, maybe out by 10:30, 11 o'clock, the latest, and just go enjoy the weekend, man. 3-day weekend. You gotta live for those weekends. You gotta find a way to relax and get your mind off these charts. If you're stepping up every day like you should be fried by a Friday. I mean, if you're not fried by Friday, that means you didn't work hard enough. That's the truth. Because I don't remember a Friday that I haven't been fried, by the end of the week. So if you're fried on a Friday and you're like, get me the hell out of here, then you did a good job during the week, right? You put in your all, you got through the week, and you did well. Regardless of wins or losses, at least you showed up and you learned something. So Friday, tomorrow, PCE 8:30. Let's see if there's maybe a little morning action. If not, go enjoy the weekend, man. 3-day weekend. Very excited for that. Earnings, we did have snow this morning, or last night maybe, which was straight up. So snow, interesting, but there is a major supply above, which I'll talk about today. So right here, earnings calendar. So last night, NVIDIA snow, CrowdStrike, snow big up, NVIDIA basically flat, and CrowdStrike a little bit down. This morning, Best Buy, how'd they do? Dick's reported as well. How'd they do? Let's take a look. Dick's and Best Buy. MRVL after hours, Dell after hours, Ulta after hours, some decent ones there. Tomorrow morning, Baba. Let's see how Dick's did. DKS, flat. How did Best Buy do? Down. All right. I don't care at all. All right. Let's move forward. That's that. Closing that out. And let's start with our key levels. So, well, here we go again. NASDAQ futures. I have not changed these levels since Sunday prep video. The Sunday prep video that we did on live, or we did for free on YouTube, which is not coming this Sunday. So, sorry about that. Sunday is my grandfather's 90th birthday party, so I'm not going to be making a video this Sunday. That is much more important, and he would kill me if I wasn't there. So, NASDAQ futures, you guys can see right here. exact same levels. There is no difference. This has been the same levels since the start of this week. 23,450 to 430 and 23,650 CPI highs. It has been within this channel the entire week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all week. So nothing changes today. Once again, key supply high, key demand low. Do we get out of it or do we trade within it again? That's the big question. And if you've been chopped up to death this week, you have no one to blame but yourself, right? And I don't mean that negatively. I just mean that you need to look at this market and say, okay, I clearly suck when the market trades between two major channel levels. And I need to have some kind of self-control to not trade when the market does this, right? I mean, that's all it's going to take. You need to look at your charts and you need to say, well, I have lost a lot of money and the market has moved nowhere. I mean, the market is at the exact same level it started the week. There has been no movement. And I have lost exuberant amounts of money and the market's gone literally nowhere. That is a problem, right? What does that tell you? That tells you that you're getting chopped up inside of market consolidation. And if that's the case, you need to be a grown-up and say, hey, maybe it's good if I don't trade between this channel today. Right? That could be true. That probably is the right call. So something's got to change, right? If you've been successful in here, then, keep going at it, right? I'm going to keep trading in here because, I've been able to manage, the right side of the trade through the supply highs and demand lows that continue to be in the market. But if you can't and you're not doing well in here, then figure something out. I mean, that's the honest truth. You can't just keep losing your money and chop if the market keeps chopping. You have to change something. What's the definition of insanity? All right, you guys know it. 23,650, 23,670, that's the highs to be cautious of today. You're sitting right at them again to open the day. What's the lows? 23,450 to 430, that's the lows. Don't short into those. If we get above 670 today, we go into 730, 770. If we break over 770, we're back to all-time highs on the NASDAQ. Well, previous all-time highs, sorry. All-time highs are up here. Okay, let's go to the ES real quick. S&P 500 post NVIDIA earnings. What level held? You guys can see it was the exact 6460. We had 6460 as a key level on our charts. Here's your low a day on the NVIDIA earnings. 6459. Bam. Right at our demand. So, huge hold right at our demand level. That level is definitely valid after seeing that. And what was that level? That was the previous hold levels from that previous channel that we talked about here and that PPI low, and you can see it right here again. So that was a level we've had on our chart since Sunday prep, right? This has not changed. This has been here since Sunday, and it still is valid all through the last 3 trading days. What's the next level we were talking about? We were talking about this Wednesday or this Tuesday high right here at 64.75, 64.73. And you can see that that level was relatively valid, a little bit of shakiness below it. And actually, after seeing this, I think I want to move this down to 70, personally, right there. I think just for my own sake, I want to adjust that just a little bit down to 70 because it looks like we had some very clear lows step in there at 70 overnight. So I'm going to move that down to 70 today. 64.70, 64.76, right in between here, definitely an area of demand that continues to hold this market up. If you break 70, you go to 60. If you break 53, you go back to 30. All right? Pretty clear. Now, here's the problem. You are going to be flirting with all-time highs again today on the S&P 500, and that's going to make things pretty tricky. I mean, it's just going to make things a little bit tricky. So you have the 64.96 highs from last Friday. You have the 65.08 all-time highs, and you are just finding struggle throughout that 12-point zone. Right? 12 points between Friday's highs and this high back here, and you're just sort of struggling between it. Right? Anywhere between 96 and 08 is a little bit sketchy. Right? You can see yesterday some fails above here, right, in this zone. You can see here failing again. You can see here failing again. So I just would be a little bit cautious on the long side if you're inside of this red zone. This is where sellers are clearly stacked up, and I would be careful trying to long through it and getting caught in some kind of a rejection. So today, once again, a very tight channel. Yesterday's lows, that's 64.60, the all-time highs. It's very tight in here, guys, and if it's not really precise, right, there's no room to be sloppy inside of these tight channels. Seriously, there's just no room to be sloppy. It's fine to be sloppy when something is trending higher, right, and it's just in a beautiful trend. Those days are easier because you can be sloppy a little bit, to be honest, right? Like nice trending days, they allow you to be slightly sloppy on your entries because it's still trending. On a channel day, if you're not very precise, you are going to get wicked out, taken out, and just get chopped alive. So, in my opinion, if you want to have an easy day and you don't want to, induce yourself into chop, I would wait for the market to break these all-time highs, or I would wait to see what happens at last night's lows, right, from the earnings, maybe even down at 64.60. That's the same thing for the NASDAQ. If you don't want to get chopped alive today, wait for us to break this 23,670 or wait for us to fail under the overnight lows, right? If not, you have to be very, very, very precise inside of this channel, okay? Hopefully GDP takes us out of it today. That would be my hope. SPY made a new all-time high overnight, but, not really finding much strength after doing that. You can see previous all-time high was 647.13. Now you got a little rejection at 648. So I got myself a nice little, 70, 80 point zone, 80 cent zone in here to watch out for failures. I was considering bringing that down to this high as well. Like this high right here probably should be included in that zone. I don't really think I would be looking for a long off that high because it's just too close to the supply high. So we can see right here, like this 646.50 spot is trying to hold. It's these Friday highs right here, but I'm just not in. I would never long 646.50 right back into this supply zone above. So for me, I just sort of take that off the charts. To be long today, I would need a break and hold over 648, right? Or I think I would want to pull back to at least the 644 spot. 644 was this Tuesday high. This was the level we talked about yesterday, and this was basically the low of day yesterday, 644. Even after earnings on NVIDIA, 644 held. So 644, very nice. Watching that. 648, you got yourself a little 4-point zone here on the S&P 500 ETF. Pretty choppy from yesterday, basically just a V shape, straight down. Or this is after hours, but yesterday, straight up, straight down, straight up, right? There you go. Who would have predicted this yesterday? Straight up from demand to supply, from supply to demand, from demand to supply. Right, there you go. Can you believe it? Key levels. Demand low, supply high, demand low, supply high. So today, you're either going to fade that into demand lows again, maybe go back off into supply highs, right? Or if you want continuation, you need to break above 648. It's the only way. That's the only way. Or you look for a fail under 644, right? Into 641.50. 640 demand down here. Okay. All right. QQQ, same thing as the NASDAQ futures. You continue to get stuck under this 574, 574, 574, starting to show rejections again. So that is the level that needs to break over 574 right there. And to the downside, very clearly 569, right? So you have been in a 5-point range here on the on the NASDAQ or the QQQ ETF, sorry, since pretty much Monday of this week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So again today, do you do this? The likelihood is that you do, because that's what it's done the last 3 days. If we do get a breakout above or below, that's when a good trade likely sets up. So let's see. Let's see. All right, 10 minutes until data. Let's just keep rolling through this. No pauses here. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. SMH is doing exactly what you want. Again, it's holding the daily 20 even after NVIDIA earnings, which is really strong in my opinion. You can see we talked about in the past, 292, 293. Look at the lows on NVIDIA earnings. Exactly at 292. I mean, on the dot. 292, daily 20 SMA, the exact lows that stepped up again on the SMH. That is the level we've had since our Sunday prep. And you can see it is still maintaining. It is still holding right above it. So What happened yesterday? We failed 298, which was the exact supply level we had. So we've had 298 and 292 on our charts since Sunday, and it has been the exact channel that we've traded between. It's pretty damn clear what you need to see now for any type of opportunity. Over 298 or under 292. Pretty damn clear there. IWM, unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is the exact break and retest, holy grail setup that we talked about. We go over here. We go to x.com. We go here, and you can see exactly how this played out, right? Bam. This was from the 26th. So back on Tuesday of this week, this is what we talked about on the live stream right here. Break and retest, right? Break and retest, previous high into new lows. That's a long opportunity. That's where you look for your entry points. You don't try to enter here. You don't try to enter on a chase right here. You look for entries at the retest. Previous highs into lows. All right, look at what happened. Bam. Up 2.5%, 3% from that point. That is absolutely perfection. That is just incredible. I mean, there's really no other words. It's not rocket science. It's about entering at the retests, right? Perfect. So that's beautiful. Now, yesterday we held above these highs, so that's really nice. Let's now put a little demand level there to see if that can hold today. Maybe between this high here, around 234.87. Maybe you bring it down to like, yeah, I'd say 234.87 here to that 234.40, 235.40. That's really nice right there. Let's see if now these highs turn into nice lows, which they did yesterday. Let's see if the pullback holds here again. All right. If a pullback fails under this, then you're going back down. Right? Very, very simple. But look at the hold here yesterday. Incredible. I didn't even realize this yesterday. That's actually great. So right here, all day yesterday, IWM just held above these highs and facilitated this upside move. So really nice. So pullbacks are here today, back to 235.40s. Let's see if it pulls back and holds, or it will come back down to 231, which was the 4-hour retest. Really nice stuff. Dow Jones still failing 45.8, actually. Interesting. Yeah, still failing that 45.8 spot that we had. This was a nice retest again. Break, retest, long, but we need to get over 45.8 very clearly. All right. All right. That's that. Let's move on. Tesla. So, a little bit of bad news out of Tesla today. Revenue or sales fell 40% in Europe, with BYD taking some market share from them. So, saw a little bit of a drop this morning on that news, but sort of getting bid up again. Tesla is back under this 349, 350 zone, which is concerning to me today. I would definitely want to see that get back above today before looking to play longs. So, definitely looking to see if 350 can clear out. If it cannot, then you're probably just going to stay within this channel today. All right, so if you reject 350 today, I'd say you fade back into 344. You fade back into these lows right here. And that could be a profit target place for you. But you got to see what happens at 350. Does it reject, or do you break and hold above? That's the key today. 350 on Tesla. NVDA. I'm just sort of going to put the widest sort of boundaries on NVIDIA because it's just been a disaster to me. This is back in, so we have entered this channel right here. This is back on July 15th. It is now August 28th. That is over a month that we have traded in the exact same channel on NVIDIA. So you have traded between about 168 to 186, 185 for about, I don't know. What is this? How many days is this? From here to here, that's 44 days, my friends. 44 trading days, I believe that is, or maybe it's just 44 days. I'm not sure exactly how TOS does it, but 44 days you have traded within the exact same channel, and to me, it's sort of just stupid to even be interested between it. I don't really even understand why you would. So 185.43 is the all-time high. This major demand low at 168. If you want to look for those stab longs at the lows or those stab shorts at the highs, sure, right? That's the only place to trade. But if you find yourself trading NVIDIA in the middle of this channel, I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what the hell am I doing trading in here? All right? It's just there's no edge. Zero. So Over this high, over this, under this low, or reactions at these levels are the only trades to take on NVIDIA. And if it's not here or here, then you're just trading in the middle of nowhere. And that's something that you need to understand. AMD. So I am still interested to see if AMD can break this high, man. I still think this is very interesting consolidation, but I need it to break this high to get aggressive. I really want to see a break over 169 here, 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 here. If we can get over that 169, I really believe there's going to be an upside move to fill in this gap. I'm just waiting for it. This demand still holds really nice. I have a little bit of a swing overnight just because I took a little YOLO, like I said, overnight with NVIDIA. Looks like it'll open slightly red, maybe flattish. I don't know. We'll see. But I need it over 169 to take real size. If I can get like a nice size position over 169, that would be money. So I'm waiting for it. It's just not happening yet. Broadcom. This one's probably one of my top watches today. I really like this Broadcom build back, and I think Broadcom is potentially going to have a day on this reclaim of 300. This is very interesting today. You have reclaimed these lows at 300. 300, 300, 300. That's interesting, right? Those previous lows at 300 were rejections all of the last few days. You are above that today, right? Look at how you are now above this 300 and above this daily 20. So I am very interested to see if Broadcom sets up a long off 300 today. If NVIDIA finds, if the semis find some strength after NVIDIA earnings, I would love to see 300 hold, targeting up into that 304, 307 high, and maybe even higher. So watching 300 very closely today. MU continues to interest me. Like, seriously, it really does. I think this is a quality pullback on MU still. You can see it's just this consolidation period, sort of what AMD is doing. And MU is actually sort of squeezing right now. So MU might have a day behind it here soon, right? There has been now almost 5 trading days of consolidation at this key 116 demand. And that's this previous high turning into lows. It's still very interesting to me here. I think I'm going to need a break back over 121.50 to really take an entry point. But I would be sort of monitoring and hawking what goes on here at this MU low. It's definitely starting to base, right? You had a downtrend that is now basing. And if you can find semi-strength, this could start to curl again. So I would definitely have an alert at 121.50. Unemployment claims is in 2 minutes. We can do a lot in 2 minutes. Let's keep going. I think that's really it for the semi, so maybe I will wait. Broadcom, NVIDIA, AMD, Micron are really the only semis. TSM, not that interesting to me today. We'll talk about Apple and others. So let's just wait for the unemployment claims and GDP here. What else did I want to go over? Yeah, wait a second. Actually, what I'll do now, let's see if I can do this real quick. We'll go like this so I don't give away my account number. Hide it. Quick. It's going to be shown anyway. Here's my month. Live for you. Month to date. View. Quick. Hide it. Realized, unrealized performance. 44K. Who else is doing it? Tell me, who else is doing this live on a live stream? Anyone? Take a screenshot. Take a video. Who else is doing it? Statements. Realized summary. Month to date. HTML. Realized summary. 44K. Anyone else? All right. There you go. GDP. Nothing. Nothing. All right. I mean, I have $100,000. Yeah, it's 40%. There you go. So, 40,000 on 100. That's 40% this month. Is that a problem? Is that it? Is that an excuse? Is it not as impressive because it's 40% not impressive? All right. So, anyways, just had to do that real quick. I like to once in a while just do it live. F it, we'll do it live. S&P 500, a little bit of an upside push here on GDP. What's the numbers? Hamish, jobless claims 229 versus 231. What's GDP? $3.3. Okay, so GDP slightly higher. GDP slightly higher. That's positive. Market seems to like it a little bit. AMD swing might actually sort of pay off. All right. Broadcom. Definitely my watch here. 300 on Broadcom. Definitely on watch. Guys, I didn't do that to cause drama in the chat, okay? I just do that every once in a while to make sure you know that we actually trade. That's all. Just a reminder that, hey, over here, we're actually trading, right? That's all I'm doing it for. Just a quick reminder. So, let's keep going. CRWV, yeah, oh shit. This actually is a watch today. Wow, okay. Okay. All right. All right. So here's the next watches. Pay attention. Let's do this rapid fire. Here we go. CRWV 104.50. 104.50. 104.50. Key level. Right here, you can see these previous highs. Right here, right here, right here. These previous highs are 104.30 on the dot. What's this high? 104.35. Yeah. 104.35, 104.50. These highs right here. Watch this today. If this reclaims, this could be a nice trade up into 120. This really could be. I would be watching this today. Nice little curl off the 90. Nice little comeback move. It's got to get above these previous highs, though. You do not want to get stuck longing into a potential rejection here. You need to see it clear out these highs right here and these lows right here. If it can reclaim the 100 SMA and reclaim this 104 area, then there is a lot of room right here, right, into 120. So that's definitely a watch today. CRWV, big time watch. Amazon, another watch, over 230. Looking to see if this can get over 230. That would be very interesting. Over 230 into 232. Watching that. Google, not that interested. I'm actually going to skip this one. Meta actually is interesting today. But it's still just not that strong. But I'm going to show you why Meta is interesting. Meta is doing a really nice consolidation, at least for now, above these all-time highs. See these previous all-time highs here on Meta? Right around 737, 740. Right here again. Look at these holds right here. Very interesting, right? See how that's maintaining? I literally just looked at CoreWeave. We just looked at 737, 740 on Meta. If it can clear out this daily high right here, this one right here, I think this is very interesting. If Meta can clear out this daily high and hold back above it, I think you watch this. This is something I'm keeping eyes on very closely. Very tight consolidation. Can we clear out above that daily 20 and this previous high? That's interesting if the market stays strong. So keeping eyes on that. Apple, interesting today as well. If we can get some movement. Apple daily chart, take a look at this daily chart. Apple has been holding the exact previous 225 highs that we've talked about. All right, look at that. Look at 225. Look at these holds. Look how perfect. All right, holding, holding, holding. Big holds here on Apple. Nice consolidation. Previous major highs, holding strong. If you can get over this daily high here at 231, I think you're going to see another move. So watching 231 Apple a little bit, seeing if that can maintain today. Definitely keeping eyes on this one today to see what Apple does at 231. Snow, I know a lot of you guys are probably salivating on snow today. I would just watch out for this weekly high, please. This is a major weekly high here at 240. Like, this is the weekly high that has to break, right? Take a look at snow. Right, this is snow over the last few years, and look at the rejections at 240 over the last few years, right? And you're going to trade right back into it. So please watch out for 240 on snow. That is no joke up there. Palantir, it's just so channel bound. It's so channel bound. I'm just going to keep setting these alerts, man. It's just too channel bound for me. Hood. Nice rejection yesterday on Hood, and it makes me think that it should go lower, right, on a little head and shoulder formation here. Right, take a look at this on the daily chart. Definitely looks sort of failing move type look, right? Here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder. It's very clear. But you got to break 99. You got to break 99. You can't short this until it breaks 99. Right here, 99 is this major low right here and right here. I think you got to fail that. Without that fail, you're going to short into these major lows, and it might just do this again, right? So 99 for me on Hood, it's got to break under it. If not, I'm not interested. CoreWeave, once again, because this is probably my top watch, to be quite honest, 104.50, guys, and the daily 20, daily 100. You got to be careful into those two daily SMAs. If you can hold above those today, you'll rip. See if you get a reclaim above that daily 20, daily 100, okay? All right, guys, that's going to be it. NASDAQ futures right into supply highs. Please make sure you're aware of that before you start slamming calls right at 9:30 in 1 second, right? Before you just instantly buy options before the bid and ask even normalize on the options chain, right? Who's done that? Make sure it gets above those highs first. You got to see that break. If that does not, it's very questionable. You're right into all-time highs on ES. QQQ, in my opinion, needs to hold over 574 today. That's the key. All right, guys. Hope you have a fantastic trading day. NVIDIA willing to give U.S. cut of Blackwell China sales. NVIDIA in talks with U.S. to sell Blackwell AI chip to China. Interesting. Thanks, Hennessy. Appreciate that. All right, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you could, please press that like button and subscribe to the channel before you head out. And if you want to trade live with us, down in the description below. If you want to join the, if you want to get a free morning watch list, down in the description below. And make sure to get your attendance in. Okay, make sure to get your attendance in down below for the giveaway tomorrow. Have a fantastic trading day. Peace and love.